6 things I hate about being frugal. Let's get started and talk about it. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes being frugal isn't always fun. The first thing that I don't like about being frugal is there's a lot of comparison and judgment, I think, sometimes in the frugal community. It's who can live off the least amount of money, who's the most frugal, and if you spend any kind of money, it's like, well, you could have done that cheaper. That's the one thing that I don't like, because to me, life is meant to be enjoyed, and I do think you can do that on a budget, and I don't think we have to live an extremely frugal life. Number 2, convenience. You have to pay people for convenience. To be totally straightforward, I'd love to order food in more, but I know that would really eat at my budget and I wouldn't be able to save as much. I would love to have someone come clean my house. I'd love to have someone come do everything for me, but convenience costs money. For example, I don't enjoy maybe chopping up vegetables and things, but if you buy all that stuff pre-chopped, it's a lot more. So if you want convenience in your life, you have to pay for it. Number 3, it takes time to be frugal. My mind is always thinking, especially since we live a consumer and mortgage debt-free life, I'm always thinking, okay, what's the next big expense coming up? Okay, what do our accounts look like? What do I need to plan for next? It takes a lot of time to be thinking and planning all the time because it's always on your mind. So it takes time, mostly in the thought process. Number 4, I don't know, I'm going to talk about spiritual for a minute, is spiritually it's always the best, because yes, being frugal can be wonderful, and yes, you can have a positive mindset about it and make it fun, but if we're always thinking about frugality and cutting, I'm wondering if we have a sense of lack and if it's really good for us rather than thinking about creating wealth. I kind of struggle with that. Frugality or creating wealth? Can we have a combo of both of them where it's a good balance? I'm all about balance. I'm not sure about you guys. Okay, number 4, if you're living a debt-free lifestyle, you have to wait for things. You sometimes, at least for us, it's this or that. You get one or the other. Example, you guys don't even know this, I would absolutely love to go somewhere for a couple weeks and have my house totally redone, everything, and pay for that. But in order to do that, I would probably need a home equity loan. So we pay for one thing at a time. Okay, we get foundation. Okay, then we can maybe, get floors for the bathroom, and then we're going to have to wait a while. Okay, then we get an appliance, and then we'll have to wait a while. Okay, then we get a fence. Oh, then we get a tree removal. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but it would be great to be able to do all those things at once, but I would go back into debt for that. So having to wait for things, and sometimes I don't want to wait. Okay, number 6, this is the other thing, is some things in life, at least here where I live, are just not frugal. And you have to plan, and I think are overpriced. And I'm going to tell you, right now, cars, if I told you guys how much we spent for our car, you might actually fall over on the ground and actually faint or pass out because I was shocked. So that. Also a home right now or living somewhere, unless it's in a rural area, and not all rural areas either, many places to rent or buy a home, it's not frugal. And also many healthcare costs are not frugal. So all of those. Another thing I'm bringing up, and I have to bring this up, of something that is not frugal. I know I've mentioned this. Many of you know I live in Texas. Many of you also know that it is extremely hot here in the summer. This summer, past summer, was one of the hottest. It didn't bother me as much though because it was hot and dry. I can handle hot and dry better than hot and humid. A lot better. Well, we have an air conditioner. When I first moved into this house in 1997, you could buy an air conditioner or the condenser part of it for about $1,500 to $1,700. Now to buy just that part of the air conditioner, just the condenser part for outside. I'm not talking the heater. I'm not talking the entire unit. You used to be able to buy the entire unit for $3,000 to $4,000. Now to buy an entire unit, and this is in the last 25 years, it is now about $15,000 to $17,000. It might even be more. When I bought, and this was 3 years ago, when I bought our condenser, which is the unit outside, the air conditioner portion, just that with the thermostat was $6,200. I think there are probably some people living here in Texas or the DFW area, and I've known of one family that just cannot afford air conditioning. And there are people that it is not good for them health-wise to not have it because maybe they have medical needs where they need that. So air conditioners are not affordable at all. So what is tough sometimes about being frugal are there's some things that I think the cost are what I consider unfair, way higher than they need to be. So these are 6 things that I don't enjoy about being frugal. Do I still want to be frugal? Yes, I do. The reason why is because I'm able to live a debt-free life and be able to have money for emergencies. So even though there's some things I don't like, it is still worth it. I want to hear from you in the comments below. What are some things you don't enjoy about being frugal? I'd like to hear from you. And even if you don't like those things, do you still think it's worth it? I do think it's worth it. That's all I have to say for now. I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll see you on tomorrow morning's video. Bye-bye.